Okay, I'm a whole minute early, but you're welcome. If you're watching on YouTube, scrub forward until you see stuff start happening. We'll give it a minute or two for people to come in. Hi, Kat. Hi, Terry Brett. Oh, you guys, I am dragging butt today. I'm not kidding. It was a crazy night with storms here, and I can sleep through the storms usually pretty good. But the cat cannot. Oh my gosh. That cat was so scared all night. I felt so bad for him, but I didn't know what to do for him, and he wouldn't sit and snuggle. He was all hunkered down. Hi, Keeks. Yeah, so I felt bad for him, but I was up all night and he's sleeping. Hi, Linda. Give Tim a hug. Hi, Dee Dee. I'm whining again, Dee Dee. Hi, Christina. So, yeah, it was a pretty long night. So, hi, Joan. So, I don't have a huge amount of energy. My brain isn't working well. So, I'm going to do something that I've done before because I want to send one to somebody, but I'm not going to say who. And I might ask people in chat if I've sent them one before. It's those Zentangle Initials I did that look like they have a gemstone in them. They're fun. I like doing them. I don't think it's too painful for you guys to watch. It might be, but if it is, don't share it. Hi, Sharon. Yeah. So you're just gonna have to listen to me whine. Hi, Laverne. Um, you know what I'm really sick of? We're in election season here for the primaries and stuff, and I don't know how these buttholes got my phone number, but they are sending texts incessantly. Incessantly. Did CB sneak in? Hi, CB. Hi, Missy. I hope I haven't missed anybody. But yeah, like, I think that should be against the rules. I pay for this phone, they don't. And I'm so over deleting all their messages. And what can you tell me in a text anyway? If I read it, which I don't. But yeah, I am just a whiner. Hi, Judy Ogre. And that's probably not how you pronounce your name, but hi so much. Hi, Joe Lou. Yeah, it's like when you start paying for my phone, you can use it. You can call it. Hey, Dee Dee, that means you owe me money. Actually, that means I owe you money. But yeah, you don't just get to butt right in and use my phone. Okay, this is the kind of thing I was talking about. So, and for those of you who weren't at Dee Dee's this morning, today is Cheshire Cat's birthday. So happy birthday, Cat. I hope you're having an awesome day hanging out with me and Dee Dee. Yeah, pretty much me too, CB. So, Cat, pay attention for a minute. Did I make you one of those before? If not, I'll make you one today for your happy birthday. I don't know. I know I did Denise one. So when I saw the D, I was like, oh, that's probably Denise. So what else can I whine about? I'm tired. My brain isn't working. I'm pissed off at spam calls. Yeah. So I hope Kat's having a happy, happy day. And next Wednesday is Terry Brett's. So we'll have to remember that so we can wish her a happy birthday next week. And you guys, I have not really been doing much of anything. I did get this colored out of those new Snart color books that I bought. You're exhausted today. See, that's how I am. And I keep thinking, oh, if I could just lay down for 30 minutes. But I don't think so, but Terry's birthday, yeah. All right. Hi, Brenda. So what was I saying? See, my brain is like completely dead. Dead. Yeah, but I know if I lay down, take even a little bit of a nap, I'm done. that means I don't sleep tonight. So I just got to press on, man, and just be grumpy and yeah, whatever. But I'm pretty sure tonight it'll be an early night. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So, Dart, were you answering saying you don't know if I made you one of those before? Well, and even I should ask, do you even want one? Maybe you don't even want one. What the hell? Hi, Beth. Check and chat here. Missy, did I say hi to you? Anyway, yeah, so we had terrible storms during the night. Terrible. It is me, Judy. I made a different sign up for my YouTube and you found my birthday is June 5th. Well, you just had a birthday then. You're 63. God, we're all old as dirt. Dirt, dirt, dirt. But so I did color that, and then I've been collecting up ideas. I don't know, a long, long time ago, Dee Dee showed this little Believe journal, and it was so cute. I just had to have one. It's a big old little chunky monkey, and I never had decided really what I wanted to do with it again. So I just started things that I see on Instagram that I want to try. I've just been kind of doing in here. So it's just a place to play really. And I tape Devin's donuts in there. So every time I open this, I get hungry. Well, that's what I started, Dee Dee, and I realized I don't have a lot of leftover paint and blah, blah, blah. So I'm just kind of using it for ideas now and writing down the Instagram accounts where I find stuff from. So, yeah. But it feels doable. I can sit down and do something in like 30 minutes and be done. Done and done. This guy I found on Instagram, and he does a lot of three-dimensional kind of black and white art, and I find him very intriguing. So, but I like the way that turned out. It definitely looks 3D, right? Thanks, Kat. Kat, you don't have to do that. Hi, Carol. Hi, Joyce. And this looks like an organism. I like anything that looks like an organism. And this one I kind of screwed up, but I still like it. It's still very cool. You like which one? The 3D one or the organism? And the butterflies. This one was really cool. And this is that same guy who does the three-dimensional art. He has a lot of interesting stuff. His account is a2art.a2a. And he does short videos showing how he does stuff. But I like stuff like this. And this one was Crafty ASMR Group GP. And this will end up in my, I'll do a better version of this because this was just with Super Tips. But for just being Super Tips, that came out really good, I think. Just the vibrancy of the colors. That's Super Tips. And this, another organism type thing, just intrigues me. This is one of my very favorite Zentangles. I love this. And this, I like this person's art too. She does a lot of real vibrant art colors, you know. So I wanted to remember her. And I remember, I see things I like, but I don't necessarily want to follow. I don't like all their stuff, you know. Hi, Belinda. So sometimes I'll keep something that I don't necessarily want to follow the person. But yeah, this one does a lot of vibrant colored art. And I inked the outside edge, and so the page came out warped. But I think it'll settle down. See, they appeal to my pattern mind too, Judy. There's something about patterns. And this girl has been intriguing me. I've seen her art over and over and over again. And I'll pull this up close so you can kind of see it. She does this pattern over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. But there's something so satisfying about sitting down and drawing it. Have you seen the guy that paints Zentangles on the side of a building? Wow. I haven't seen that, CB. That sounds like a real chore, though. And plus, you'd have to be on a ladder, which is really stupid. So, yeah, so I have been playing in here a little bit here and there. And Dee Dee showed this morning the John Darien journals. And I'm going to brag for a second. Just bear with me. I went and got the link, and I beat Kat by a fraction of a second. But I was feeling really good about my bad self. One, that I went and got the link, but mostly that I beat Kat. So this is going to ultimately be like my color wheel book, where I just put colorful things, or, like all yellow, all what. I don't know how I'm going to actually do it. But I did redraw that one that I did before. I did beat you, huh, Kat? Yeah, baby. First time in my life. And then this, I just like this. Just colorful. So, and I am going to find, I have somewhere, I just can't find it right now, an actual color wheel that I'm going to stick in here. So, yeah. So, but it's funny that Dee Dee showed these John Darien journals. I think I like the paper in it. This is the first one of them. I've had them forever. Look at you and my bad self being all sleep deprived, but I'm a cat owner, so I can be sleep deprived. I think I like the paper. One thing though, this paper is not. Dee Dee, you don't have to go around telling everybody my secrets. This paper is not going to handle water well, which is fine. I don't really care. But I can tell it's got a finish on it that takes alcohol ink really well, and any kind of ink really well, but it's not going to take water well. So I'm going to have to do some practicing with it. Did I start an ink page? Yeah, see, I usually always do an ink test on the back page. And it doesn't bleed through. This was the Uniball eye needle, and it ghosted, but it didn't soak through. So, yeah, just know that if you buy them, I don't know if I thought they were very reasonably priced, and they're a good size. I mean, I like the size of them. But just remember, I can tell you right now, if you put water on them, they're going to wrinkle like crazy, and it's going to take them hours to dry. So, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to do those initials, but let me go ahead and read out a Keek's book first, because last week I'm pretty sure I forgot. Okay, this is the official dictionary of sarcasm. It's an awesome book. It makes me laugh. I hope it makes you guys laugh. And I am going to get the official dictionary of snark. I just haven't ordered it yet. But my friend Starla already has it. Cool idea. Lack of sleep. Only because I have a little bit of adrenaline, and I did cheat this morning. And I buy those. I don't do caffeine as a rule. I have decaf coffee, and then I get a little bit of caffeine in my iced coffee from Sonic. But this morning I thought, man, I'm going to need some help here. So I cheated and poured myself a glass of the International Delight caramel macchiato or some damn thing, and it's got caffeine in it. So you had storms? Yeah, we had storms all night long. And then they're supposed to end at 1. Look at you and your bad self. It did show up, Belinda. And look at Kat. They're getting links. Okay, let's read out of this. Cappuccino. Coffee, for those who need to hear a large, ear-splitting, Darth Vader-like sucking sound moments before their beverage is served. That's only if you go to Starbucks or a fancy place. I don't go those places, so I don't have to do that. But I don't drink cappuccino either. Car alarm, an anti-theft device that goes off when no one is trying to steal your car. I think they've gotten rid of car alarms, haven't they? I haven't heard them. That's weird, Belinda, because it did show up on mine. Make sure you're on live chat, Belinda. care what you have or will one day put your parents in, and where one day your offspring will put you. As with most words used by the medical profession, it is designed to provide comfort to the lousy, no good kids who repay a lifetime of love and support from mom and dad by sticking them into some cuckoo's nest like hellhole to live out the rest of their days. That's how a lot of people think of it. I told Jamie the other day, if I ever leave this house, which I'm going to have to someday because it's big and it's hard to take care of, and I'm not sure I want to pay somebody. But I told him the next place I move, people are going to do everything for me. I'm not doing anything. I'm not cooking. I'm not cleaning. I'm not doing anything. I want them to have a van to take me where I want to go. I'm done. Put me in a nursing home if you need to, but that's what I want. Yeah. Carefree, an untroubled and cheerful demeanor, usually exhibited by some empty-headed jackasses who don't know how bad things really are. Isn't that the truth? Jamie said, "Oh no, Merle, we'll take care of you." And I was like, "You think I want you taking care of me? Look at your face. You got hair all over it." Like, get out of here. Yeah, like a retirement village. I don't know if that I want to move to Florida, but my aunt was in a beautiful retirement home in Tulsa. Top notch. I told him that's my place. I'm tired of the adulting. You have no clue, Belinda. Yeah, not till I have to. I mean, but right now I know I'm losing interest. I used to keep this place immaculate. I mean, if there was a spot on the carpet, I would scrub until my hands were raw. Now I look down, there's a spot on the carpet, and I'm like, I'll get it later. That, yeah. So I can tell that I'm getting to the point where I don't want to keep up like I used to. Not that I can't, I just don't want to. Careful, something men promise to be roughly 9 months before the baby is born. Carnivore, one who gets pleasure out of eating the flesh of vegetarians. If you're a vegetarian, I'm sorry for laughing at that, but that's funny. I'd have to have my own room. I don't do people. Oh yeah, Joe Lou. I mean, my aunt had like an entire little it wasn't a studio. She had a bedroom, a sitting room, and a small, train like kitchen. It was perfect. You just found some things are more important than scrubbing your hands raw. Maybe that's it, Dee Dee. Maybe my priorities have just totally changed. Hey, Dorothy, you are late to the party. You have to go up in the balcony. Cashier, an individual who at one time was required to think and calculate basic math equations in his or her head, but whose modern day duties consist of learning how to wave something over a scanner until it beeps and making as little eye contact with you as possible while funneling your 2 bags worth of purchases into 8 individual non-recyclable plastic sacks. That's why if I have to go into a store and they have self-checkout, I'll use the self-checkout. But I saw a lady the other day on Instagram go on a rant about if Walmart's going to have, or really any store that has self-checkout, which I love self-checkout, so don't get me wrong here. But if I'm going to ring up my own groceries and do everything myself, I should get some discount. I don't know what percentage it could be. Could it be 3%? I don't know. But we are saving them a ton of money by doing the work ourselves. So I think Walmart she was ranting, and I was like, yeah, I agree with you. Give me a little bit of a discount for doing my self-checkout. And then I don't have to talk to the clerk who doesn't want to even talk to me. An employee discount. There you go, so much. Fidel Castro, revolutionary leader. Are you guys keeping up with me? You'd think I took a hit of speed. Revolutionary leader and socialist president of Cuba from 1976, that's the year after I graduated high school, to 2008. Only man in history to have a total of 78,652 secret documents pertaining to the overthrow of the U.S. government concealed in his beard. Casual Friday. A weekly reprieve of the workplace dress code designed to A, give employees the illusion that they have a modicum of control over the corporate decision-making process, even though they will never be anything more than a highly dispensable, undervalued cogs in a system that is intent on grinding them into a pulpy mass. And B, suggest to those same lackluster plebeians that their bosses are even remotely capable of doing anything fun or spontaneous, when in reality they have some of the largest sticks known to man shoved permanently up their backsides. You still bring your own bags. See, we don't have to pay for bags here, but I do at certain places bring my own bags, just because. But now since I do Walmart pickup, I don't even worry about it. But I'm still going to complain and bitch every day, and I wish all of you would too. I really want those delivery people, the people who bring your groceries out and put them in your car for you. I always help them. I always get out of the car, and I'm always very nice to them because they literally are making my life so much better. I want to be able to tip those people, and I write it to Walmart every week. Every week, Walmart gets a suggestion from me to let me tip those people. They never write back, but I mean, honestly, if I can drive across the street to Sonic and tip the girl who brings me a cup of coffee $1, I could at least give that, give those delivery people something, because they're busting their butts. I mean, the one day I felt bad doing it, not real bad, but kind of bad. I bought some salt for my water softener, and those bags are 40 pounds each, and they're hard for me to lift. They bring them right out to your car. They load them up. They're always pleasant. And it's like, you're lifting my 40-pound bags for me, and I can't say thank you. That's baloney. I'm sorry, but that's baloney. You feel the same way about Kroger's no-tip policy? Yeah. Now, if I have it delivered out here to my house, I can tip the driver. But I have to do it through when I pay the bill, And I've only gotten it done one time, but I have to say it was awesome and I loved it. And I did a percentage of my groceries like I do at a restaurant, right? When the girl delivered my groceries, I might have told you guys this, she drove up in a Mercedes-Benz. And I'm going, what? I'm driving a Volkswagen, you're in a Mercedes, and I'm giving you money? What the hell? There's something all goofed up here. Goofed up, I'm telling you. All right, so the person that I want to do this for, and this is 2-inch. Here goes the weather radio. Sorry, you guys.
The National Weather Service in Tulsa has issued a flash flood warning for northeastern Benton County in northwestern Arkansas until 3:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time.
Oh, thanks, Dorothy.
At 12:00 p.m.
Let's see.
Central Daylight Time, between 2 and 5 inches of rain have fallen from previous thunderstorms across the area. Flooding impacts will continue, but no additional rainfall is expected.
I think that's right.
Flash flooding is already occurring. Expected hazards include flash flooding caused by heavy rain. Source: radar. The following impacts are expected.
Okay, that's
flooding
2.
Of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses, as well as other poor drainage and low-lying
That's
areas.
close enough.
Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Rogers, Bentonville.
We're fine though, Robert. We'll be fine here.
Hilltop, Walnut Hill, Monty Northeast, turn around. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads.
That's a lot of water, you guys.
You what, honey?
Oh, I'm talking to the people. When I get groceries from Amazon, they automatically add a tip. I've never gotten groceries from Amazon. In my grocery store, I pay a set fee to the person gathering the food, and then a tip to the driver. Through the store, not in person. Yeah, see, I have to do it through the store too. Okay, the first letter I'm going to do is C, and I'm going to try and center it. Oh, this weather is going to make me cuckoo.
Source, radar. The following impacts are expected. Flash flooding
Hey,
of
bossy
small
butt.
creeks and streams, urban
This
areas,
should end pretty
highways,
quick.
streets, and underpasses, as well as other poorly drained and low-lying areas. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Cassville, Pineville,
Okay.
Anderson,
I'm using a
Doral,
Panda Fly white pen,
Purdy, South
and I'm getting so close to running this one out that I had to check, and I do have a couple extras, so I'm good.
Pioneer, Kaiser, Rocky Comfort, Ridgely, Powell, Wayne, McDowell, Pleasant Ridge, Madry, Jenkins, Wheelerville, Tip City, and Big Sugar Creek State Park. This includes the following low water crossings: Buffalo Creek at Klondike Road, Butler Creek at Kings Highway, Shoal Creek at Fawn Road 2110, Flat Creek at
That doesn't look right.
Big Sugar Creek at Buzzard Glory Road.
I think I goofed up my math.
Gangs Hollow Road and Flat
It's
Creek
2
at
out,
Highway
2. Oh, that's 1.5.
Turn around.
Okay, well,
Don't travel
at least what it
encountering
is.
flooded roads. Many flood deaths occur in vehicles. The National Weather Service in Tulsa has issued a flash flood
Yeah.
warning for North
I'm wondering.
County in northwestern
I'm gonna
Arkansas
go ahead.
until 3:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time and 12:22 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Between 2 and 5 inches of rain
Okay,
have
so
fallen from previous thunderstorms
subtract
across
2.
the
That's
area.
1, 2, 3.5,
Flooding
which
impacts
is
will continue, but no
1.5.
rainfall is expected.
1 3/4
Flash flooding is already
is what it
occurring.
should be. All right, we'll just do it again.
Flash flooding caused by heavy rain. Source, radar.
Okay,
The
1
following impacts are
3/4,
expected. Flash
and
flooding
then
of
2
small creeks and
inches,
streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses, as
and it
well
should
as
be
other
1
poorly
3/4
drained
up here.
and
It is.
low-lying
Okay,
areas.
my bad.
Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Rogers,
Okay, shut up.
Bella Vista, Pea Ridge, Gateway, Avoca, Hilltop, Walnut Hill, Monty Northeast.
Trying to get it
Doral.
straight.
Don't drown while
Kinda.
encountering flooded roads. Most
All right,
flood deaths occur
that
in
should be better
vehicles.
now.
In cooperation with Grand Telephone Company.
I have been listening to this all night long, all morning. Thanks for the link, Kat.
These broadcasts originate from the National Weather Service Forecast Office in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Transmitting facilities.
Oh, thank you. That guy likes to hear his own voice. He's probably AI, but he needs to learn to shut up. I'm not in the mood for him. And I live on a hill, so we don't have to worry about flash floods here. But if we go anywhere, we would have to. Carrie taken off by so much. All right, let's get busy doing this. And I'm going to paint that gold, but I think I'm going to wait till the very end to do it, so I don't get my hands in the wet paint, because I know me and I will absolutely get my hands in the wet paint. So let's put a gemstone down here. And I don't know what color this person likes. So I'm going to do the blue because everybody likes blue and it's pretty. And over the weekend, we had a missing dog in the neighborhood. Oh, it was so sad. A little, what was it? Miniature French bulldog, whose name was Ellie Mae. And, yeah, she's missing. So I hope somebody has her and is keeping her safe, because that just makes me so sad. Do I hear a little grouchy butt streaming? Not me. Yeah, of all the things, I don't like a puppy missing. Or a kitty. And I don't have my screen doors yet. I guess they have to be built because they haven't found them, or they haven't been delivered yet. Bummer. And it's going to be getting really hot, so I need to be able to open those doors for me and Das Kitty. I'm not sure why I'm doing the indigo because you can't see it on the black, but when I smush it all together, hopefully you'll be able to see it. I think I'll use white to smush it all together. I'm out of range for delivery. Oddly, I have ordered things from Mom from Walmart that aren't in the store. There you go, Brenda. That's thinking. See, and I don't mind paying for things that definitely improve my life. So, like paying for delivery, paying somebody a tip, I'm good with that. And I like that somebody's able to make some money, like especially in this rural area like I live in. Young people need jobs. So I don't mind. And that's what I tell Robert when he complains about, doing things that he thinks he can do. It's like, no, we're going to let somebody make some money here. Because these people need to make money just like you did when you were working, There, now that helps with the blue. And I'm going to smush it one more time. But I think I'll use the blending pencil this time. Hey, View. I hope I have it out. I don't want to have to go digging. There it is. Yay. Just set it over there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
View is fainting? All right, come on. I did. Had to coax the pen. All right. And this one is for somebody. So, and it doesn't stand for Cheshire Cat. If I do one for Cat, if Cat wants one, Cat, you need to speak up and tell me if you want one. If you do, I probably do D for Dar rather than your screen name. And that's what I'm doing for this person. I never knew their real name, but I know it now. Oh, speaking of vacuums, remember I told you guys I ordered that mini vacuum and the cord, I think I told you, the charging cord was goofed up, so I had to return it, do a return, and Amazon got it back to me like within 24 hours. It was crazy fast. So I went ahead and charged it up. And you guys, that is the coolest little vacuum. It's smaller than a blow dryer, a hair blow dryer. But for the stairs and stuff like that, for your computer, for really everything, it's awesome, you guys. I'm not the least bit unhappy that I spent my money wildly on it. You can just sit on your butt and scooch down the stairs. Joan, I've always had a steady hand, but I noticed lately it's not as steady as it used to be. That girl who does the curly Q art, the one that does this art, you want to see a steady hand. Holy crap, that girl has a steady hand. I was just like, I'm envious. Because you don't need it for everything, but when you want it, boy, it sure makes life easy. I'm going to try and do some of that swirly art on one of these cards and see if I can blend it in really good. What else have I been up to? Nothing. Did go into town on Friday. I don't know why this pen, I might have to go get a new one. This is the first panda fly that I've used the entire ink. It's first white pen probably in my entire life that I'm going to use up the entire ink. I've never had a white pen, I don't think, as reliable as these panda fly. I love them. Your work is amazing. Wish my hands were as good as yours. Well, I think, thank you, first of all. And I don't know if practice would help that or not, honestly. I think you either have a steady hand or you don't. And there's some days I just feel like I have no control at all anymore. But remember, I spent years designing business forms, measuring and drawing straight lines, and that's how I came about doing things by hand, because all my designs were by hand. They don't do that anymore. Hey, Barbara. Um, you know, even before I left the business, we were doing everything on computers. I'm not sure that the client liked it as well, and I'm not sure that as the supplier, I liked it as well, because when they were using with the hand drawn drafts, they were more inclined to make the changes that needed to be made. Where if they thought it was already typeset, they thought it was going to cost them more. It's like, no, 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 no. You need to make your changes now. But yeah, it was a tough change to make. You did a 100-day project of doodling. Hang on, I got to move my cursor. To work on improving steadiness. Didn't really help, but I'm happy with your doodle. Another thing with Zentangle is when it's all done, you don't notice. Do this one. I'll use this one since I already goofed up the card. This is a Zentangle. I don't remember its name, but you start with just like a little hump and then hump, hump. And as much as anything, it's muscle memory. And just keep doing that over and over and over. And it doesn't matter if your hand is steady or not. When you're done, it will look way cool. Yeah, Terry is another good Zentangler. This is another one that here, it doesn't matter how unsteady your hand is. This one always comes out looking so cool, especially if you shade where all the lines meet. So a lot of them, you think, oh, I need a steady hand to do that. You really don't. I think it's more just doing it. In fact, I was going to do let's do that little humpy design next. So easy to draw, and it always, always, always looks very cool. But I think you have to want to do it too, I'm trying to decide if I want to do, I think I'll do some more of those. Maybe I won't. But I think a lot of it is just doing it. And after you kind of get in that Zen headspace and you quit thinking about being steady, it just comes. Thank you, Barbara. Dee or Terry, you got some crazy prompts at Dee this morning. Someday I should just take the prompts and do it on stream. Because usually when she reads the prompts off, I always have kind of an idea of where I would start. But I would almost rather do a zine. And Dee, we need to talk about doing a swap here soon. We've mentioned it 100 times, but we've never actually done anything about doing it. And here we are almost midsummer or mid-year, which is crazy to think about. Where does the time go exactly? I see my wobbles as I'm working on a piece. Once done, the wobbles. Exactly, Brenda. That's what I was trying to say? You like the prompts? I can mention it. We just need a topic. Okay, you guys in chat, give Dee Dee some ideas for a topic, for something you'd like to do a swap on. And then we need to know too, do you want to do ATC? Do you want to do zine? Okay, Dee Dee just said people want ATCs. It's no big deal, Kat. I don't mind getting them and swapping them out or anything like that. I don't mind at all. So, but I think it's fun, and we're kind of getting at a time of year where we might as well do something. Because the only thing we got coming up is what, 4th of July? And nothing but hot, hot summer. ATCs are postcards. Okay, Laverne's saying ATC. I don't care. I like doing zines, but I can do a zine about anything, anytime I want. So, and then send it to Dee Dee and make her show it. And normally if I pick a design, I try and repeat it. Maybe not exact, but I try and repeat it a couple of times. Thanks, Kat. We could do so. Oh, that would be fun, Dee Dee. Zines make your head hurt. Too much thinking. Oh. It's good for your brain, CB. No zines, please. Okay. All right. Then I think we've already made a decision that we're going to do either postcards or ATCs. Dee Dee likes postcards. 250 America would be nice. I think that. Let's do that, Dee Dee. I like that. Who votes for that? And people, international, we would definitely want you. What brain, duh? I hear you, man. Let's see. Do I want to? I kind of want to. I think I'll go ahead and outline these. 250th would be fun. It'll be a fun summer. I kind of dread it because it means crazy people up and down my road. Speaking of crazy people up and down my road, well, a deer got hit about a week ago and had to be buried in the field across the street from me. But this weekend, I was sitting out in the breezeway with Jimmy, and a kid. He couldn't have been more than 8, I don't think. He was a little kid. Came flying down my road on a motorcycle, doing a wheelie, literally zooming on one wheel, no helmet, going probably 30 miles an hour. And I was just like, where are these freaking parents? Where are the parents? Y'all need to straighten up, dude. So his parents are probably sitting on their patio, drinking, laughing, having a great time. I'm down here having a freaking heart attack that their kid is going to end up with a brain injury. There's something wrong with people. Speaking of crazy people, you just spent 1 hour of your life down at the Walmarts. Barbara, have you tried Walmart pickup? Just asking. Change my life only next week. Well, yeah, probably next week. I'm going to have to walk in and get Robert's meds. So I'll still let them get my groceries, but I'll have to go early so I can pick up the meds. And sometimes I remind myself that I'm whining over having to walk in the store to pick up meds. And my grandparents used outhouses. Do y'all think I need to get a grip? And before that, people were washing their clothing on a rock at a riverbank. So I need to kind of get a grip, I think. I've forgotten that people used to actually have to do things. Okay, this could be a good place since that's kind of the design of that girl that I just showed you. I grew up using outhouses at both my grandparents' houses. Really, Kat. Um, we had I had an uncle. It was my mom's uncle, so it was my great uncle had a cabin up in the mountains of Colorado, and I. Okay, sorry, my bad. You went blind, Brenda? No, and I know better than to touch that damn cord, but it hangs down. I don't know. I don't know if it's a USB port. I don't know, but this is the second week I did that. Hi, Momo. Hi, y'all. I lived in the mountains of Colorado and used outhouses in the winter when pipes would freeze. Oh, yeah, but my uncle, my great uncle, had an outhouse. Um, and when we were kids, we thought it was very cool. But if I had to do that in real life, no, 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 no. And his wasn't stinky because they didn't live there. They used it infrequently when they came to Colorado once a year or less. So, yeah, no, I'm not into the outhouse stuff. Thanks anyway. All right, we're going to do what that girl does. The only thing is, well, let's just go ahead and do it. The thing is, if I end up not liking it, I have a trash can. and I can use it. Used to eat grandparents, but at first I was scared of falling. Hell, I'd be scared of falling in too. But we used to camp, and there was a lot of campgrounds that used outdoor toilets. But my dad was really good to me. Um, the boys had to use the outdoor toilets. My dad let me use the toilet in the trailer. My mom, too. The girls used the indoors, the boys had to go outdoors, which is only fair. Okay, can you see how that designed? I used it at my okay. Missy is 57. You're just a baby, Missy. I don't know how much of that I really want to do. It's easier for boys. You can say that again, CB. Stinky boys. I really like this design. I'm going to do more of it. I'm still amazed at these Pandafly pens that the ink just flows so nicely. Now, I have had a couple of times where I'm writing over colored pencil and it doesn't want to write. You found out today that you're 2 years older than Janet. You're 2 years older than me. Well, Kat, you can give me free advice of what, yeah, Dee Dee and I are the exact same age within 3 months. I think I'm 3 months older than Dee Dee. But you know what that means, Kat? You're 2 years smarter, 2 years wiser, and I'm 15 years older and wiser than Dee Dee. There was a few times I could have sure used some advice from a experienced older person. Don't do that. It's a bad idea. Oh, okay. Yeah, I really like this design a lot. Yeah, Dot had us all beat. I'm clothes older than you. How old is Christina? Brenda's going to be 65 this year. I'm older than a lot of y'all. I'm 77. Talk about shaky hands. Christina's 60. See, it's funny that here we all are within, a reasonable amount of years difference in age, and that we all found each other. It's probably why we can all relate so well. We have similar interests, probably similar concerns for, things that go on in society, because we're all about the same age. We grew up with the same influences. Yeah, because I promise you, if I was hanging out with young people today, I think I just sit around and lecture. Okay, Joanne, you're a year older than me. Well, no, I'll be 70 in November. Devin's 59. Yeah, but I really think that's probably why we can all kind of hang out together and relate. But we have a couple of really young fibs. Keeks is very young. She's got a young kid. I mean, I have great grandchildren older than Keeks' son. So, Keeks needs to be asking advice. How did you keep from killing the little bastards? Just remind yourself, you kill a kid, you go to jail. Yeah, Sharon? Sharon's in her 80s. Dorothy's in her 80s. Hi, Vanessa. We're all talking about how damn old we are and why we're cranky and crappy. And I'm just too tired to really think today, so I'm just repeating the same design over and over again. But I like the way this looks, and I think I'm going to do this all the way around it. So sorry that if you're bored, but it is what it is. And I go a little slower with the white pen because I want even coverage without having to go over. And the white tends to leave a little blob of white where you end. So I try not to build up too big a ball of that white ink that's going to land at the end. You probably don't notice it. I do notice it. You get 50 in October. Yay. Oh, thanks, Momo. Belinda's in her 70s. Yep. I like hanging out with you old wenches. But in all honesty, I never in a million years thought I would be 70. And I remember when my sister turned 70. My sister's 8 years older than me. And 60 wasn't that big a deal. But when she turned 70, I was like, holy crap. I just can't imagine being 70. And then to top that off, my mother was 74 when she passed away. And so I was just like, wow, that's getting too close for comfort, you know? But I'll be 70 this year. And that's another thing. Okay, now I'm going to go on another rant about privacy and these buttholes who get your phone number and insist on texting you, sending you unsolicited texts and voicemails and all that crap. I got one the other day that said something, but it did refer to my age, like because you're in your 60s or 70s, whatever they were saying. And I thought, what database are you going to and getting my phone number, my age? Like, are there just databases out there with all my stuff out there? Like I can't even pretend to be 24 anymore? What the hell? That annoys me. But yeah, it referred to my age, and I thought, where are they getting this stuff? And I'm sure there's companies out there just selling it right and left, but it still annoys me. You know what? Okay, you guys, I got an idea. When they text you, there's always a number associated with it, right? I'm going to start sending them unsolicited texts. And I'm going to have to come up with great content. Maybe I'll confuse them for a doctor's office and start writing them unsolicited texts about how to cure hemorrhoids. Or, yeah, I could come up with a whole list of things. I'm going to start writing them back, you guys. That's what I'm going to do in the evenings. And all the content's going to be so disgusting. I don't have many friends I can call close friends. One is older, the rest considerably younger. Only one that crafts. See, I have neighbors who I consider to be friends, but yeah, I would say I don't have friends that live nearby that I can go places with. Not that I would want to, mind you, but I think as you get older, it's hard. I do miss little Mary. I had a little neighbor that I drank coffee with every day that lived across the street. And I have to say, I think I've missed little Mary every day since she moved and has since passed away. But I used to look forward to going and drinking coffee with little Mary, and it gave her something to look forward to. And she was invariably just funny as hell about everything. And she was at an age where she was just like, I don't really give a rat's butt anymore. And I'm there. But yeah, I'm going to have to come up with topics that I can send unsolicited texts. I wonder if they're set up to receive texts. It's interesting since nobody wants any IDs pretty much anymore. What do you mean IDs? Because you have to show your ID for anything except vote. But you want to buy a beer, ID. They even, and I look my age. I don't want to go all the way out to the edge. But yeah, you have to show your ID for anything. Open a bank account. Used to be, of course, you guys are all my age, so you know. But you'd have to show your ID to use your credit card. Now they don't have it. There's probably more fraud today as a result of that, too. Don't know, but I suspect there is. All right, and I think, how much margin do I want? I probably should give myself kind of a line where I want to end. Well, but they know your age somehow. Interesting. Right, Joe Lou? That's the thing that I was talking about is, what are the databases out there that they know your age? They probably know your income. They literally know everything about you. It's kind of like the advertisements. What did I do with my, there it is. All right, that's about as far. Okay, we're going to do a 1/4 inch margin should be plenty. So I can finish it off all the way around. About the same place. and then do something outside there. I think on the last ones I did a polka dot border, and I like that. You look younger. See, I like when they ask for my ID. Of course, I don't buy alcohol or anything anymore, but yeah, I was just like, yeah, you better card me. It makes me feel good. Now you just tap your card, right, Jolu? Are you kidding, Momo? That is weird. Brenda, I've done that, and I'm doing it right now. It's a secret. Hi, Joanne. It's a secret. I'm going to surprise somebody. I did you one, didn't I, Joanne? I think you got one. I know Devin got one. See, I need to write down who I make them for so I know if I've ever done it before. You love it in your scabby? Joanne has one. Okay. Yeah, I've never set up Siri anywhere in the house. When Lane and Amy lived here, Lane bought Robert Alexa, and I put it down in his man cave. But yeah, I know those silly machines listen to you. The thing is, you'd think I'm saying something that is horribly offensive or would get the FBI to come to my door or something like that. But the truth is, anybody listening to my conversations would probably recommend that I get out more. Right? You have to show your ID when you go do something for the over 80s. As I don't look 92. Well, there you go, Dorothy. Do they have such large crowds at the over 80s gang that they have to look at IDs? Or that many people wanting to go hang out with the over 80 people? Maybe I need to start hanging out down at the senior center. Now, I could, if I wanted, a couple little towns around here do have a high percentage of retirement age people, and they do free lunches on Wednesdays, which I've never gone. But yeah, they might have to check IDs, because who knows who would go over there to get the free lunch. I'm sure it's not that great a lunch. They do have crowds that they have to check. Yeah, see, I do too, Vanessa. You asked me for my ID. I'm going, complimented. Thank you. But what they're doing is they're checking my ID going, oh my God, this old wench needs to go get a facelift. Because her age is hanging out right squarely on her face. Ain't no hiding it. And I think the older I get, the more I look like my mother. Something about, I don't know, my mouth, my eyebrows, I don't know. But I know I look in the mirror and I see my mother, which isn't a horrible thing. I mean, I like my mother. But yeah, I think the older I get, and I've never, ever thought I look like my mother. When I was 19, I looked 12, and I got kicked out of a bar once because I didn't believe it was me. I was in my 20s then. Yeah, see, I always looked young, but as soon as I started aging, it went cuckoo crazy, like cuckoo crazy. They were like, we're going to catch up for all those years. And lo and behold, here we are today. I don't spend an awful lot of time looking in the mirror, however. So get up, brush my hair, my teeth, wash my face. That's it for the day. And I don't have mirrors all over my house either. I don't use them for decoration. I know a lot of people do, but I don't. Me too, Momo. They'd be so bored. They'd go, we need to send this girl some magazines. We need to send some free theater tickets. We need to get her out of the house is what we need to do. Because she's boring us to death over here. Are you guys bored sick of this yet? It is getting hot in here. I wonder if it's these lights. It's mesmerizing. You have never worn makeup? I did when I was young. I don't anymore. I don't go anywhere where makeup is required. I suppose if I was going somewhere where makeup was required, I could still put it on, but to hang out at the house for what? So I can scrub it off later tonight? I don't think so. And if I was going to wear makeup now, I'd have to go buy all new because anything I would have around here would be so old. I'd be afraid of contaminants. And that really is a thing. So I'd have to go buy all new. And I'm not necessarily interested in doing that. And I don't know, maybe people could think that that's just, oh, you're not taking care of yourself, that, you know, but it's not that at all. I don't have a problem with people who choose to do that, but I just have I don't go anywhere. When I was 21, people swore blind that I was only 13, still at school. You just got married. That's really looking young, Joan. I suppose I could start another one because you guys have probably seen enough of this, the same thing over and over and over. But I really like that design. I think it's going to look way cool when it's done. No makeup, you're allergic? I'm not allergic. I just don't see any reason to wear it when I'm just hanging out at home. Certainly not trying to impress anybody. And that's really only been in the last 2 or 3 years, really, where I've just used to be if I was going to the town or going to the doctor or something like that, I'd put makeup on. And then I decided they don't care. I didn't even put it on to get my driver's license picture the last time. And I would have always done it for that. And the reason I didn't was because last time I got my driver's license picture, I knew I was going to have a picture taken. I had a blood vessel in my eye broke, and the white part of my eye was bright red. And I thought, well, I don't want to put on makeup because it'll just draw attention to how gross my freaking eye looked. Oh, it was horrible. So, yeah. And you can see it in the picture. I don't remember if I rubbed my eye or what happened, but yeah. My eye was blood red. And I don't think I need to get a license until like 2030 or something. It's a long time. They're issuing them for a lot longer now. So it's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to put up with this picture forever. Oh, well. And the picture in my, I think it's Instagram, where I'm holding the cat, that is a very old picture. I mean, I still look somewhat like that, but yeah, that's a very, very old picture. Is it Instagram that I have a picture of me? I know on YouTube I have a monkey. And Facebook, God, that picture in Facebook could be 30 years old. I don't know. I haven't gone on Facebook in forever to even see. So if you've sent me a friend request on Facebook and I don't answer, is because I don't do Facebook anymore. Occasionally, Dee Dee will send me a link to something over there, and I'll go read the link and then rapidly close it. I figured out that everything on Facebook made me mad. My best age story. I was watching my oldest son play a video game in the vestibule at Walmart. Someone from school stopped and said hi the next day at school. Who was that girl? Oh, man, Brenda. Humma, humma. I would not be mistaken for anything other than a grandma now. Pretty sure. And I dress like a homeless 12-year-old boy. I don't want to start hurrying, though, because I think this is looking way cool. Looks cool, huh? You know what? I should have probably erased those lines before I started drawing. Oh, well. Yeah, I left too much black there. You can kind of see some areas where, like this one here, I left too much black, but that's okay. Once in a while, I get called my youngest grandson's mom. That's funny. When they call you ma'am, you know you're old. Yeah. Oh, well. Aging doesn't bother me. But I've been very fortunate, knock on wood, that I don't have a lot of aches and pains. I have arthritis in this wrist, and sometimes I annoy it. But as a rule, I've been very lucky. I don't have aches and pains. I don't have any health problems that keeps me from doing anything I need or want to do. My problem is more, I just don't, there's so many things now I just have no interest in doing that um, I used to enjoy. We're going to have a visitor here in just a second. You coming over here? Okay, you guys. He's going to block out the light. Come on, make a decision. Do it or don't. He's not ever seen the camera set up because I usually throw him outside. But today he was napping because he kept me up all night. Yeah, he's over here sniffing the camera. Hang on. Come on, Jimmy. Oh, he's backing away. Jimmy, come here. Jimmy, come here. The ladies want to see your handsome face. Yep, they want to see the top of your head. Now he's going to mess with the camera. This is why I put him out in the breezeway. Okay, he's backing up. He's going, this is all really weird. This is not how it's supposed to be. And why have you not fed me again? Thanks for visiting, Jimmy. That was awesome. The ladies are saying, man, you're a handsome boy. Boy, are you handsome. Are you hungry, handsome boy? Shaking his head, but he says, yeah, call me handsome. I'm wagging my tail. Bye, Jimmy. He's going to come over and try and get in my lap. I'll bet you $100. The whole house, everything is Jimmy's. There isn't as much room on my table as there is on Dee Dee's, so there's no place for him to go. And he must have figured that out, that with the lights and the camera, there's no room for his big fat ass. I think he has lost a little bit of weight since he's been here. And I don't think it's because he's not eating as much. I think it's because he has staircases and this huge house to run around in. And I think he's just getting more exercise because I'm feeding him pretty much exactly what they told me to feed him. And I think he's just lost weight because he has more room to exercise, which is a good thing. I'm happy for that because he's a fat boy. Brenda taking off. Bye, Brenda. Go have a great afternoon. I'm not sure how long I'm going to stay on, but I will pick out a couple more letters to go ahead and do for you guys. Yeah, because it's already 1:30. Rather than making you guys sit here and watch me do this, Jimmy needs to have a chat with Malibu. That would probably mean nothing but trouble, trouble, trouble. Yeah, he's getting a lot more exercise living here. In the evening, I don't know what it is about the evening. I think he's just so happy to be with people because I figured the vet clinic, closed up, 5, 6 o'clock or something. And then in the evening, he was completely alone until they came back in the morning. And so I think when he figured out he's not locked up in the evenings, he zooms around. Like he plays, I got him a scratcher. He's got scratchers all over the house. So, I mean, he attacks his scratcher, he exercises, he run up the stairs, look out the balcony, run down the stairs. I thought you said extra fries. He's not gotten any people food at all. So no extra fries for Jimmy, Barbara, sorry. All right. Who in chat right now wants their initial on black paper? Dar, do you want one? Oliver, Jimmy, and Malibu, the Oreo cookie cats. There you go. Only it's white outsides and black in the middle. Okay, Christina, let me write myself a little note here. All right, nobody else? Momo. Now, the thing is, if I've not ever sent you anything, Christina, I have your address. I sent Joyce one. Momo, you're going to need to send me your real name, or well, you'll have to give me the initial you want here, and then send me your address, and I'll put my email in here. Jolu, were you saying you want one or not? Doesn't matter to me. I'm only going to do like 3 more. But Momo, I'll be happy to send you one. You need to give me the address or the initial that you want, and then send me your real name and address so I can mail it out. What initial do you want, Momo? Christina, I'm going to make yours a C unless you want something different. You're welcome, Christina. And I know I have your address. Momo, I'm pretty sure I do not. Chat is so slow. And I think I sent one to Terry Brett. Dar didn't answer, so. All right, if you guys don't want them, it's all good with me. But Momo, you do need to give me the initial you want. And for the next couple of days, I'll just sit and make these. I think tomorrow I might go in to town and get iced coffee. Jolu, okay. I'm assuming, Jolu, that you want a J. C, real name Cindy. Oh my gosh, I'm going to do a bunch of these C's. That's cool with me. Don't care. Let's see, I'll do the curly Q this way this time. And I may or may not do this exact same kind of design. I mean, the initial. Oh, you know what? Give me a color too for the gemstone in the middle. And I'll do whatever color you want as well. So Jolu, Christina, and Momo, give me a color. And then tomorrow, while I'm sitting around watching whatever I can find of interest, most of the time when I'm sitting here arting, you guys, I listen to podcasts. And usually the same people over and over. So this chat is slow as snot. Bought me a Ninja blender and make iced coffee all the time. Great new toy. A Ninja, okay. Momo wants turquoise. Got it. Christina, I need a color, man. Ah, there comes the air conditioning. Blue or jade? Okay. Now, in my mind, jade is a blue-green kind of color. Light blue, beachy look. Love the beach stuff. Okay, Jolu. Light blue. I'll put beach blue here so I won't forget. Okay, got it. The orders are complete. So anyway, Barbara, you bought the Ninja blender. What do you put in your iced coffee? Do you just make a pot of coffee, let it cool off, and then blend up the ice and stuff? Give me all your instructions. I did look up the other day. I don't know if you guys know this, but like if there's a dish at, and it's going to be chain restaurants, okay? It's not going to be your little mom and pop restaurants. Sorry, I wasn't in camera. No, Missy, if bye, Joan. Missy, I'll add you. That's fine. I can cut more paper. No big deal. Give me, Missy, do I have your address? No, I know I have your address because you've done swaps with us. Just give me a color, Missy. But anyway, if there's a a dish you like at a restaurant, there is a website, and I can't give it to you. You'll just have to goggle it up. That will give you recipes to famous restaurants. And the other day, I looked up how to make Sonic iced coffees. And so I know exactly what to do to make them. I probably won't make them, but if I wanted to, I could. So if there's something you like, you know, like at Olive Garden or whatever, I don't even know. But I had heard of the website, and sure enough, you can go out there and look up almost any dish that you want to try and make at home. If I have a favorite meal at a restaurant, chances are I'm going to go to the restaurant and order it. I'm not going to probably try and recreate it. And most of them you could figure out by yourself, right? Like anybody can make Waffle House hash browns. But it doesn't matter because they never taste the same as Waffle House. And I think it's because of the dirty grease. That's what I always think. It's because my pans are cleaner than theirs. All right. You guys are probably sick of watching me do that. I'll go ahead and set up. You know what? On that one that I goofed up, that C, I'm just going to use the back side of the paper, and I'll attach it to something else. So let me go ahead and I'll give you guys a break. I'll go ahead and at least do the initials. What did I say? 1 inch and 3/4, I think is what I decided. 1 inch and 2, yeah, 1 inch and 3/4 from the bottom. 1 inch 3/4. Oh, Jimmy's back. Says, just don't mind me. I'm going to crawl right across the table here and go over and sit on my mom. You going to sit on me? You need to make up your mind. Get your big fat butt over here or jump down, whichever you want. But you can't stay there. Jimmy. This cat does whatever this cat wants to do. Okay, never mind. Oh, look. I found my place. Jimmy. 1 cup milk, 1.5 teaspoons instant coffee, 2 cups ice, 2 teaspoons sugar, Oreo, a tablespoon sugar-free vanilla, pudding, combine and set on ice crusher cycle. Pudding is an option, usually no milk. All right, Barbara, I might have to come back. Jimmy, what are you thinking? This is why you have to throw his ass outside. Jimmy, you can't sit there. All right, come on. We're not going to negotiate this, okay? You can come over and sit on your mama. Come here. Oh, now look at, he's resisting. Get over here. Jimmy, no. Look at, now he's biting me. Get down. Yeah. He wants to be next to me. He is. He's really a pretty cat. He really is. But oh my God, what a pain in the butt he is. Where did I get the alphabet stencil? You know what? I don't even know. I've had it for so many years. What I would go on Amazon and look up 2-inch Roman. It is Roman. I do know that. Yeah, look up 2-inch Roman. And I would imagine they're going to have something. But yeah, 2-inch Roman. Do that. He does not like to be told no. I'll bite her and then run off. Miserable little cat. Oh, now he's back. You just bit me, and now you want to come be my friend? We're not friends. And I'll remember it come dinner time, Jimmy. He wants camera time, yeah. He probably talked to the Screen Actors Guild or something and thinks that there's 1 3/4. Yeah, that there's something in it for him, or he'll get extra treats or something. It doesn't work that way around here. Always remember, Jimmy, now he's pushing on my cords. No, Jimmy. No, you can't play with the cords. Stop it. See why I can't let him in here? No, Jimmy. No. Stop that. Oh, he is not going to give up. Jimmy, no. You miserable little bastard. Ninja Professional, 15 uses and it pays for itself. Ninja Professional. I'm going to write that down. All right. All right, we got 3 more pieces of paper, so I need another C. Now he's just sitting down there staring at the chords. Like, wait until you're not paying attention. Trouble in Paradise. Ugh. Well, he had the option, Belinda, and he didn't do it, so what am I supposed to do now? What did I do with that? There it is. Now he's got his back to me. He's punishing me. You think that's bothering me, Jimmy? You think? I think that's about halfway. Yeah, that's about halfway, I think. There we go. Okay, so this is Christina. Okay, look who's back. And if you go shopping for stencils, what a lot of stuff you can buy. Jimmy, they don't want to look at your backside, honestly. I'm not sure. Okay, now he's playing with my paintbrush. Oh, Jimmy. All right, there's Christina. Oh, Cat thinks you're a monster. Well, I don't know, Dorothy. All right, Momo also wants a C, so I'm going to end up doing 3 C's, which is fine. I don't care. And remember, when you're using these kind of stencils, connect them. Don't use don't draw in that connection. That's so that the letter doesn't fall apart. That's why I have to go back in and complete the letter. All right, there's another C, and then we need, I'm going to have to cut another sheet of paper, which is fine. I don't care. So if somebody else wants one, speak up. He wants to investigate what goes. Okay, here he comes. He comes up here all the time, Belinda. He just can't stand me doing something that doesn't involve him. See, now he's just crashed down again. Look at all his little dandruff. Dry skin. He does have sensitive skin. He has to eat food for it. Yeah. His whiskers are long. Yeah. You know why his whiskers are long. Now, I don't know if this is true, but I heard, Jimmy, come on, this is unacceptable. This is why I can't be in the house when I stream. They say that a cat judges width by the length of his whiskers. So if he's a fat cat, which Jimmy is, he's going to have longer whiskers, so he knows that if he goes in someplace, he can get out. Come on. Come over and sit on your mama. Come on. You come down here. Sit on me. There you go. Now that's a good boy. Good boy. Maybe that's what he was waiting for. Did you beg me long enough to get me to come sit on you? Oh, and another thing I do is I make marks. I measure the width of the letter and I make marks on the stencil so I know where the center is so I can center stuff. This one doesn't have a center mark, so I have to center it. You are a spoiled brat, Jimmy. Okay, so this is 4 1/4, so 2 1/8 is center. But I say that like I know what I'm talking about. I don't have a clue what I'm talking about, to be honest. But I've always heard that that is how they will never go into a place that they can't get out of. Yeah, you thought that's what he wanted on my lap. Now he's happy now. But usually he just barges over there and does what he wants. Spoiled cat. I have to say, if there was such a thing as a cat lottery, Jimmy won it when I agreed to let him come live here. He absolutely won the cat freaking lottery. Because I will do anything for this silly ass cat. All right, so I'll have to cut the other one, the other black sheet later. So Missy, I'll just have to do yours separately. All right, let's go ahead and do the jewels on them. Joe Lou wanted a light blue beach color. Is this light enough or you want it lighter than that, Joe Lou? I don't have to add, well, I like the dark around the edges because that gives it dimension. You'd love to have a black one. You want it black on white, Sharon? Is that what you're saying? Tell me what you want, Sharon, and I'll get that out to you. Okay, Barbara's saying she uses that copycat. That's cool, a little lighter. Okay. Okay, a little bit lighter. I just won't use the, I think I have the cloud blue out. Let me see. There it is. All right, so the darkest on yours will be this. Those look beachy, don't they? I hope. Oops. Got a little crazy there. And you can make these gems any color. Just pick out 3 shades, 4 shades of your base color, whether it's blue, yellow, orange, whatever. And you can make your gems any color you want. Any color you want, man. I think on this one, I'm not going to use white. Did Sharon? No, like what you're doing. Like what you're doing. Sharon, be more specific. What do you want black? You want one just like this? Speak up, girl. And when my letters are a little bit rough, like down here, you want to, oh, you want one just like this with an S. Okay. What color do you want, Sharon? And I have your address, so no worries there. But anyway, I'll go ahead. Oh, and I shouldn't brush it with my hands because the colored pencil leaves marks. All right, now I'll use a little bit of white where the light is hitting. And there I go and do it again because I'm so dumb I can't remember for 2 seconds. Okay. I have to give you my new address. I'm trying to make like bookmarks to give to some. Okay. Your choice. Okay. Any color. I might give you either a pink one or a purple one, Sharon. See, the panda fly is not wanting to ride on the burnished color, but it will. And I don't like it. Looks, I'll use this color to kind of burnish out that edge a little bit. The nice thing, I didn't do it that time. The nice thing about doing it on stream is I think you can see it much more clearly on camera, but I will paint the letters. In fact, I'll do one. I'll paint this one before we're done so you can kind of see. Okay, let's do the C for Christina. She wants blue or jade. Come on. All right, let me just look up jade. I think I have a color in mind that I think will be really pretty. Yeah, it's a, oh, jade comes in so many different colors. We bought a bunch of jade when we were in Alaska. I think I'm going to do it a minty green, unless you tell me otherwise, Christina. I'm not sure that I've done any green ones. I think this is going to be pretty, though. We'll see. Sounds good? Okay. On it, girl. I don't necessarily want my pencil real sharp. Oh, I broke it. Way to go. All right, here's some junk mail. I gave my Tagal sharpener to Robert, and I had another one that caught the shavings, but I swear it was breaking more lead. Let me just drop the card. Then it was sharpening. So I'm back to my old standard sharpener that I like a lot. Okay, here we go. Erase my marks before I forget. Do it on the J too. Bye, Vanessa. Go have a fun afternoon. Well, or day, wherever you're at. It'll be afternoon here. See, okay, this may be a garbage pencil. I got my back order in from Dick Blick the other day, and ordered a bunch of pencils. And I was really surprised. I'm not sure who or where they're being manufactured now, but if you look at the leads, they must be doing a much better job at manufacturing, because none of them, there's like, that one's a little bit off center, but for the most part, those leads are pretty well centered, so I shouldn't have any trouble sharpening these. But if you have trouble sharpening a pencil, it's usually because your lead is off center or you dropped it. But if you drop it, put it in heat and it'll melt back together. But if it's crap manufacturing, you're stuck. That's it. So I was really happy when I got them, because I thought, you know what? One, I've waited for those pencils for about a month now. And the price went up since I ordered them. I was just going to return them and say, I can't deal with your crap pencils. But yeah, I was really happy when I got them. They seem to be well centered and it's all good. And I know Dee Dee always talked about it. So some of you new people, if you don't know what we're talking about, that lead or the pigment part, when you're buying pencils open stock, when they're in a set, you don't have any control at all. But when you're buying open stock, pay attention that lead is centered in the barrel really good, or you're going to be sorry. Sorry. I'm going to go over this with a little bit of this darker green. Does that look like jade? That green is really pretty. Burnish it really, really good. I don't think the color on the camera is showing how pretty it is IRL. Okay, there's Christina. And the last one I did was where I lost it. Momo. Momo wanted turquoise. I don't have any turquoise pencils out, so let me get some. Let's see what we can come up with. That's a pretty turquoise. That's a pretty dark turquoise. I might use this for the, oh, this one might work. The Deco Aqua. I think the Deco Aqua is going to be the light color. Okay. Jimmy's just sitting here letting me do all this right on top of him. His head on the table. Just going, are you done yet? You gonna leave me alone so I can get my nap on? Can't believe I ended up doing 3 C's. It's all good to me. Excuse me. The only thing I'll say is that these should all be going out by the end of the week. That's what I'll commit to. Otherwise, I am not committing to nothing. But yeah, I'll have everything out by the end of the week. Because there isn't much going on around here this week. I might go into town tomorrow. Just depends on how bad I'm craving iced coffee. This is cobalt turquoise. It's dark. Sure is pretty color though. It's looking really good on the black. Be sure and color off your colorless blender because it will transfer color. So kind of like your white pencil, it'll transfer color. So color it off before you jump in and start using it. This turquoise is really pretty. I know I've never done a turquoise one. So good choice, Momo. Very pretty color. You might have wanted more green turquoise, but it is what it is. Come on, pen. Work with me here. Here we go. All right. Now I'm going to draw on this one just so. All right. I'll go ahead and so you guys can see one more time how I started it. I usually draw a little bit of border around the letter itself. And from there, whatever design suits my fancy is what I'll end up drawing. But it helps. If you're going to do something like this, it helps if you have a good pen that doesn't skip. The blob of ink, you can't change that. So just do your best with that. I should have. I'm going to fix that, and I'll fix it with a black pen. See that booger right there? That will annoy me. So I probably could fix it with just the design, but I think I'm going to go ahead and fix it with a black pen. Try and find a matte ink. Thanks, Barbara. So then, and then after that, I'll just go ahead and whatever design I come up with. It's what I come up with. And again, if you're looking for Zentangle patterns or you want to do something like this, there's a website called tanglepatterns.com. Yeah, just go over there and you'll get designs and stuff that you can practice. Yep. And you'll start a journey that would keep you busy for days and days on end. And then you have to make yourself a Zentangle box and a book. Yeah. I'm trying to kind of keep the border all kind of even. The first time I didn't pay much attention to that, but then at the end I wish I had. So just looks better when it's, to me, a little more uniform. I would do maybe a little bit. I just don't have the patience. I think you do. Aw, thanks, Jolu. I'm not sure. Is it patience? I don't know. I think it doesn't matter what it is I'm doing. If I like the end result, I'll spend the time. And I'm not sure if that's patience or just, it's like anything else. You just have to do the time to get the end result that you want. And I'm usually always willing to do that. That's why I wash kitchen floors and toilets. I don't enjoy doing it, but I do like the end result, so I'll spend the time to do it. That's how I look at it. But the thing about this is I have always loved pens, stationery, anything like that. So if I'm doing something that I get to use my cool pens or my cool papers or whatever, yeah, if I'm using my stuff, I'm happy girl. And it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a pen, whether it's watercolor. The other day, this is what a retard I am. And that's an acceptable word now. I was thinking, you know what? I need to buy something new so I can add it to my swatchy swatch book. Now that's crazy. But I haven't ordered any new products, so I haven't had to put anything in my new swatch book. And that, I think, is bordering on a little mental illness. That I feel like I have to order something to put it in my swatch book. But I do love my swatchy swatch book. And I think when I'm sitting here working alone, I do work faster than when I'm on stream. One thing, I do take more breaks. When I'm sitting here by myself, I'll make myself get up and move. And if, like right now, Jimmy's sitting on my lap, he's so fat, he'll put my legs to sleep. So I have to get up and move to keep my legs moving. Otherwise, my legs are just going to probably rot and fall off. And it'll be Jimmy's fault. Because he just sits there, all 100 pounds of him. And then if I want to move, he's a little bit pissed off. But usually I get up and transfer him to the chair. So he gets the chair. I think when I'm here alone, I never sit for 3 hours and just work. I get up and move a lot more. Right, Jimmy? He's sitting here wagging his tail. I think he thinks he knows I'm talking about him. We'll see. If Jimmy wasn't such a stinky fat cat, I wouldn't have to worry about my legs rotting and falling off. He just doesn't pay any attention. He's a piece of work. He is definitely a mama's boy. No doubt about that. He likes Robert, and he'll, let Robert pet him and everything. But when he wants to snuggle, he finds his mama. And when I got him, I kind of hoped that he'd hang out with Robert down in the man cave. And he does sometimes, but for the most part, yeah, he's up here on me. But I'm not sure Robert would be as tolerant with him as I am. I just pretty much go, okay, Jimmy, it's your world. I'm just living in it. I didn't expect that I would do one with the entire background, the same design, but I think I like this. Oh, you know what? I've been forgetting to do the curly cues. I got to do the curly cues. It's not too late. Okay, yeah, I won't put one in that little area here. Time to stretch, Jimmy. I bet you actually would like to go out in the breezeway. And see what's going on in the world. He hasn't been out all day because he didn't like the storms. But the breezeway, I think, is actually his favorite place. But not when there's storms out there. And I dread the 4th of July coming up because I've seen him with fireworks. He doesn't like the fireworks. And around here, 4th of July, they go cuckoo crazy with fireworks. So he is not going to be a happy cat around the 4th of July. And they don't do just regular little fireworks. They do the big, expensive, crazy fireworks. I wonder if I should call Jan and see if I should get him like a tranquilizer or something. I hate when he's upset, you know, when he doesn't understand what's going on. All right, I'm about ready to call it a day. So I'm going to go ahead. I need to find out. Oops, Jimmy's on my lap. Yeah, I'll just use this paintbrush I've got here. I'm going to pull out just a little bit. I'm going to use the Kiritaki Gold that Dee Dee was using this morning on her frames. Sorry if I'm disrupting you, Jimmy. Right now, it just sucks to be you. Thanks, Momo. I really would like a smaller paintbrush, but I don't want to disrupt Jimmy. But this is one of those really cheap paintbrushes that came with all the nail brushes. If you want a nice smooth edge, these are awesome for that. But I would like a little bit smaller brush. But we're going to make this work because we've already made Jimmy mad once today. We don't want to make a habit of it. He'll call the cat distribution authorities and turn me in. Say, why did you find me this piece of crap place? And if you're afraid that your hand's not steady and your edge wouldn't be nice and crisp, don't forget you can always come back with a black pen. Try and find a matte one, not shiny ink, and go over the edge of the letter and smooth it out. So since Joan was talking about having a smooth hand helps, but even if you don't have one, you can go back and correct little minor goof ups. Now I got to be careful that I don't stick my hand in the wet paint. I'm famous for that. This is where I need a tinier brush. Right here. What are you grunting about? And this mica gold ink, probably most of you have it and know this, but if you haven't, number one, I won't even pretend. I will just tell you flat out, buy yourself some. Just do yourself a favor and do it. But one thing I really love about it is it dries pretty darn quick. So you can use it mid-project and not worry about having to sit for an hour or so while it dries. It dries really fast. So it's an awesome product. and everybody should own it. Jimmy, you're going to have to sit down or get down, one or the other. He's being very restless. Stop it. You want to get down? Here, let me move this, or I'll let you down. Go. Go. Go, go, go. Look at what I did. I gave you space to get down. Nope, you don't want that. You can't get up here with wet paint, okay? This isn't working for me. All right, we're going to have to figure this out. No. Look at, he's coming back up. Okay, scram-a-lamb. Good boy. All right, he's out of here. You're not coming back. No, you're not coming back. Now he's going, I want to come back. No, you need to go find something to do. Go bug your dad. I've had enough of you for a while, okay? Spoiled, rotten-ass cat. Ah, you little turd. He's just being insistent, you guys. What is your deal? You just want to be a pain in my butt, don't you? All right, I just cleaned my brush because it was getting kind of goopy. That's not cat stuff, okay? Not for kitty cats. He says, what a fool you are. Everything is mine. Everything.
An idiot is attempting to reach you on your cellular device.
That was a spam risk. I probably should have answered it and spammed them.
An idiot is attempting to reach you on your
It's a
cellular
robocall.
device.
So I wouldn't get to talk to anybody anyway.
An idiot is attempting.
They'll call like 4 times. My queen. Yeah, okay, here he comes. You spread beauty with your creation. Aw, Judy, thank you. There's a cat. CB giving out free crappy advice. Don't swell her head too much. I saw that, CB. All right, here's the cat again. Answer it. It's fun. If it wasn't a robo-dialer, if I thought it was a person, CB, we could do that. But that was when it calls you back immediately. That's a robo-dial. Jimmy, you're just pissing me off right now. If you wanted down, why didn't you jump down when you were over there, you butthead? Oh, the cat. The cat. I just added a little bit of water up here. Don't add a lot of water to it, but you can add a little bit of water to thin it, make it a little easier. I'm going to have to straighten up the edge of that. I'm going to blame Jimmy because I wasn't paying as much attention as I could have been, but not a problem. I can straighten that out short order. And he's sitting down at the edge of the table, wagging his tail like, I so messed with her. All right. I love the mica gold. It is awesome paint. So each one, I'll paint like that. I was looking, CB. I see all the crap you say. Right now, before I forget and I get too far along, I'll go ahead and put my initials in here so I can draw around my initials. And I'll just put 26. Yeah. And I should do it on all of them so I don't forget. My camera got all whacked again. Thanks, Terry. Sharon. I'm really bad about signing and dating my stuff, even when I'm sending it out for giveaway. And I keep telling myself, you got to be better about that, you know? Because like 100 years from now, this could be like a Rembrandt. And you're going to say, sure enough, that's the correct initials. Thanks. And thanks, Bossy Butt. All right. And the M and the S, I will do separately. And I will mount them because this one I goofed up the back. But I went ahead and saved the paper, so saving trees, one goof up at a time. All right, I'll draw on this one just a little while longer, and then I'll call it quits early today. I'm really liking this. Really liking it. Not sure what I'm going to do right there in the center. But I'll figure it out. Just finishing the edges. What are you getting into now, Jimmy? Don't play with the cords. This is worse than having a kid. Why didn't somebody tell me?
Hello? Hello?
Robert just answered a spam call. The thing about answering those spam calls is if you answer them, they will keep your number on the call list and they'll sell it, so you'll get more. I keep telling him, don't answer it. But for you guys' enjoyment, I would. Especially if I could get a real life person that I could just bug the hell out of. I'm not sure that I'm going to do all the cards with this same design, but I think this looks really cool. I do like it. I need to do some more curly cues over here. E. One thing I'll say for Jimmy, he is a really good bather. He bathes himself all the time. Got quiet in here. I think I'll try and figure out one more curlicue maybe in here and attach it this way. All right, well, I'm thinking about it and you guys are watching. I'm using Micron. Go ahead and clean up this C. And you're probably going to have to clean up. So, yeah. You don't have to be meticulous. My Micron not wanting to work. I have absolutely used these Microns to death. I can't believe they're still even writing. That looks fairly good. All right, I'm just going to continue drawing this same design over and over and over again. So I'll let you guys go and do something far more enthralling than this. But I have to say, I like this a lot. And I'm glad I chose to do the same design all over it. I think it looks way cool. Way cool. So, yeah. I think I'm going to call it a day. I may or may not post pictures of this. I don't know. I don't remember if I posted pictures before of these. So I'll look. If I posted them before, I will not post again. And Dar, you never said whether or not you wanted one. So I'm assuming you don't want one. If you do want one, Dar, you need to let me know because I'm going to be making a few more before I send them out. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to go on, do something. Kat, thank you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. And yeah, go out in the world. I know your time is valuable. I'm glad you spent some of it with me. Go out in the world. Try and be kind. Don't slap anybody. All right. I'm out of here. Love you guys. See you. Bye.